Could we see the Denver Broncos draft board be influenced by the desire to keep a really good player away from a division rival? That is very possible here. So Trayvon Henderson is my second graded back in this year's draft class, behind obviously Ashton Genty. Henderson, in my opinion, would be a much better fit in this Sean Payton offense than Omarion Hampton would. The reason why I say that is because Henderson's receiving skills can be a little bit more akin to what Sean Payton is looking for in a Joker type player. I'm not saying that Henderson is a full-blown Joker, but he can be a mismatch nightmare at multiple different positions, which is what Sean Payton is looking for. They are looking for somebody who profiles kind of like Jahmyr Gibbs, and I'm not saying that it's an apples-to-apples comparison, Henderson to Jahmyr Gibbs, but if Sean Payton is really looking for that type of back who could maybe mold into a Joker-type player, then Trayvon Henderson would be that guy in my opinion. But apparently, Henderson is garnering interest from other teams in the AFC West. I was watching this clip here from the Dover and Cecil show with my guy Cecil Lammy, my friend and mentor, as well as Josh Dover, and Cecil brought up something really interesting about the Kansas City Chiefs and Trayvon Henderson. Let's take a listen to this clip from the video titled, "Who are the best players the Denver Broncos could consider in the first round of the draft?"
Hampton, Henderson, Nolan, Grant. Those are the four. Those are the four. There's about a 0% chance all four are gone. Right? Maybe 3 of the 4. Probably 2 of the 4.
Yeah.
But there's 0% chance all 4 of those guys are gone. But if that's the case, then try to feel it out. Because as you mentioned with Nolan, same thing with Henderson and Hampton. You've seen anywhere from 12 for Hampton to, 31 with the Chiefs. Henderson with the Chiefs has popped up on some mock drafts. They do have some interest in Henderson from what I've been told.
Hate that.
Yeah. That would definitely suck if the Kansas City Chiefs ended up with Trayvon Henderson. Isaiah Pacheco went down with a broken fibula last year, and he never really bounced back from that injury. He came back midway through the year and just was not himself. Kareem Hunt actually ended up supplanting him as RB1, so maybe Kansas City's thinking Isaiah Pacheco's lost a step, so we need to go out and replace him, and Trayvon Henderson could be a really good replacement for him. The Broncos might want to react in that situation and prevent Henderson from going to Kansas City. Like I said, I think Henderson profiles better in this Sean Payton offense than Omarion Hampton does. So if you have the choice between both of those players and you are dead set on going running back in the first round, then taking Trayvon Henderson and keeping him away from the Kansas City Chiefs could be ideal. I could also see a scenario where if you leave Hampton on the board, somebody else would get him before Kansas City. So you are not risking Hampton falling to KC. I think that if you were to take Hampton and leave Henderson on the board, he might fall to 31. That could be your risk there. So I feel like it's not an ideal situation either way for the Denver Broncos because Kansas City is probably going to end up with a really good running back if they go in that direction. But if Denver wants to keep their top back away from Kansas City or a back that they really feel like could be dangerous in Kansas City away from them, then I could see Denver maybe influencing their draft board a little bit and going with a Trayvon Henderson at 20, even if there's a higher graded player on their board. Do I think that's how the Denver Broncos are going to operate at the end of the day? Not necessarily, because I don't think Sean and George Payton are going to do anything out of pure desperation and stupidity. That's just not the way that they operate. But if they legitimately feel like Henderson could end up in Kansas City and they really like Henderson, then they might be forced to take him even if there's another player that they really like ahead of Henderson on the board. So, yeah, guys, we'll see what happens there because if Kansas City ends up with Trayvon Henderson, that could be a big problem. It really could. So let me know in the comment section below, guys. Do you think that the Denver Broncos draft board could be influenced here by the fact that Kansas City could potentially be interested in Trayvon Henderson? Drop those comments down below, guys. I would love to hear your thoughts as always. Be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. I would really appreciate it, guys. Those are both free and easy ways to show your support. Helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out, and it helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos country just like you and me. And until next time, guys, I'm your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.